Okay, let's just jump right into this explainer. Today, we're breaking down the unbelievably cinematic story of Alex Carter. Now, we've all heard the phrase, fake it till you make it, right? Well, today, we're looking at an extreme, frankly, almost supernatural version of that. We're going to trace Alex's journey from being a broke, recently laid-off guy drowning in debt to literally becoming a global tech mastermind. And he pulls this off by unlocking something called the ultimate impersonator system. He basically fakes his way to the absolute top of the corporate food chain and, just casually reshapes the entire world in the process.
Just imagine the pure internal panic of this moment. Picture Alex thinking to himself, I'm only good at bullshitting, not farming, which I know nothing about. What do I do? It instantly hooks you, doesn't it? Because it sets up this intense dramatic irony right from the jump. He's just been handed the keys to a massive agricultural tech project by a wildly powerful chairman, and internally, the guy's mind is completely, utterly blank.
I mean, we've all dealt with a little imposter syndrome, sure, but this is on a whole other planet. On one side, you have Alex's harsh reality. Fired, 20 grand in debt, zero actual high-level tech skills. But then, on the other side, there's his facade. He's projecting himself as an elite consultant, a total tech genius, and the visionary founder of this mysterious firm called Future Equity. And it's this massive, genuinely terrifying gap between who Alex really is and the god-tier illusion he has to keep up just to survive. That is the engine driving this whole story.
So, let's get into Section 1, Unlocking the Impersonator System.
How does this all kick off? Well, it happens when a desperate Alex accidentally triggers a digital miracle right after getting the boot from his job. The ultimate impersonator system is basically this supernatural interface that literally rewards him for pretending. So a former colleague catches him leaving the office after being fired, and Alex casually bluffs, saying he's heading out to meet a high-profile client. Boom! The system detects the lie, establishes his new impersonator identity, and just starts handing him real-world cash, psychological skills like basic acting, and even virtual assets. He is literally getting paid to fake it.
So here's the core loop. Step 1, set the bluff. Step 2, fool the target. Step 3, reap the system reward. We see him execute this flawlessly when he sneaks right into his old company's bid meeting. He sets a massive bluff, claiming to represent a VIP, and then literally tears down his old boss's proposal in 3 minutes flat. It is so absurdly bold, but man, it works. He completely fools Summit Holdings chairman Richard Grant with this miracle pitch, and he reaps these massive rewards, including an insightful gaze skill that actually lets him read people's emotions.
Which brings us to Section 2, the $10 million bluff. Now we are leaping from a simple $15,000 coffee shop con straight into the ultra-high-stakes corporate boardroom. $10 million. That is what Chairman Richard Grant offers Alex to lead a smart agri project. He's just totally bought into Alex's bold claims about his mysterious backing company, Future Equity. The one tiny catch here? Agriculture is a field Alex literally knows absolutely zero about. And no, he can't just take the money and run. This system imposes this absolutely terrifying countdown clock. If he fails this investor's mission, he doesn't just lose the funding. He's hit with a $10 million penalty debt, total social death, and guaranteed prison time. So the choice is simple. Either he actually builds a revolutionary agricultural AI out of thin air, or his life is completely over.
Let's look at Section 3, Building the Virtual Empire. To survive these downright impossible stakes, Alex uses the system to manifest an illusion so perfect it literally overwrites reality. The system gives him a virtual top-floor office, right? And that instantly manifests in the real world as flawless tax and business registration. His virtual staff, like his incredibly efficient AI receptionist and COO, Athena, they handle all the physical operations. He essentially creates a fully compliant, bulletproof corporate giant that investigators can't find a single flaw in. It's totally wild. And it gets crazier. He unlocks a virtual lab. By skipping 350 hours of development time inside this virtual space, he produces the impossible. He creates the AgroGenius platform. This isn't just a shiny presentation bluff anymore. It's a full-cycle AI prediction tool, handling precision irrigation, predicting pests, and stopping diseases at their source. In its very first tests, this prototype boosts crop yields by 30% and profits by 50%. The fake tech becomes undeniably real.
All right, Section 4, crushing the corporate rivals.
Because, of course, you can't disrupt an entire industry without making some seriously powerful enemies. In just 3 days, the rivalry with his bitter old boss, John Lawrence, goes absolutely nuclear. Check out this timeline. Day 1, John Lawrence hires private investigators and launches this massive smear campaign across 30 different media outlets to expose Alex as a total fraud. Day 2, Alex triggers a media guidance quest. He anonymously leaks the Agrogenius tech, framing Future Equity as this ultra-low-key, hyper-advanced hidden giant. And by day 3, the public narrative has entirely flipped. Future Equity is hailed as a technological savior, and LaunchTech is forced to publicly fire John Lawrence just to save face. Checkmate.
Moving on to Section 5, the Smart City Mastermind.
With agriculture conquered, guess who comes knocking? The government. Alex goes all in and spins this wild, highly philosophical bluff for a smart city initiative called Project Pulse Horizon. He tells them, a city is alive. We need to build a city that thinks and speaks with true intelligence. He uses the system's reality distortion to just weave this overarching vision, convincing a room full of highly skeptical experts that Future Equity doesn't just build farm tools, they are building the blueprints for tomorrow's cities.
But at this level, words just aren't enough. So his virtual city brain actually demonstrates its power grid defense capabilities in a real-time simulation. It finds the absolute optimal solution with zero impact in a mind-blowing 3 seconds. 3 seconds! That's less time than it takes to take a breath. It completely baffles the industry experts because it's clearly not just calculating anymore. It is practically thinking on its own.
And finally, Section 6, Going Global, a New Era.
These local bluffs just aren't cutting it anymore. The system is pushing him onto the ultimate stage. Utilizing a peer-to-peer distribution network, Alex bypasses all global security protocols and sends a single, terrifyingly confident message straight to the terminals of the world's top 100 tech giants. The message? The future is here and we are its definers. I mean, what an absolute flex. He targets massive players like Cosmos Stack and launches Project Poseidon to literally build a new civilization blueprint. He's shifting his empire to absolute global dominance.
But right in the middle of all this megalomania, the emotional core of this entire heist drastically shifts. Quote, I am not acting alone anymore. I fight for my family. With the birth of his son Sky, his whole motivation changes. He isn't just a desperate guy trying to pay off his credit card debt or dodge a prison sentence anymore. He is building a permanent, absolutely unshakable safe haven for his wife and child.
So we're going to wrap up this explainer with a final, really thought-provoking question for you. When the ultimate fake becomes a reality that reshapes entire civilizations, does the truth even matter anymore? Think about it. If the crops are growing, if the cities are thriving, and the technology is genuinely saving lives, maybe the pretender isn't a pretender at all. It really makes you wonder, in our own world driven by AI and algorithms, how much of what we see is just a perfect bluff? Thanks for joining me on this explainer. I'll catch you next time.